Okay, so I'm just going to show you a couple more examples from the book so that when you do the assignment, you're able to do it with success. Okay, so basically for you're going to have to do number 5. And so number 6, you have to fill in the table and graph the polar coordinates. So what they give you is they say that r equals 2 cosecant theta. And then they give you a nice little table here. So we got theta and we got r. For theta, they want you to do pi over 4, pi over 2, 5 pi over 6, pi, 4 pi over 3, and 2 pi. Okay, so you're definitely going to want to have your unit circle handy. I know cosecant is just the opposite of sine, so I'm just going to take sine and I'm just going to flip it to get my answer and then multiply by 2. So really easy, just go to the unit circle, find pi over 4, figure out what's the sine. So, if you don't know, you can go over to your unit circle, look it up. You'll see that the sine of pi over 4 is root 2 over 2. So if you need to do some side work, root 2 over 2 is the sine, flip it. So you get 2 over root 2, multiply that by 2. You'll get 4 over root 2. And then obviously if you get rid of the denominator here, rationalize it, you'll get 4 root 2 over 2, which is the same thing as 2 root 2. So for the first one, you're going to get 2 root 2. And then now I need pi over 2. So I'm going to go to pi over 2, and I'm going to look at the sine. The sine of pi over 2 is 1. 1 divided by 1. 1 over 1, flipping 1 is just 1, obviously, times 2 is 2. Okay, same thing for 5 pi over 6. So I'm going to go 5 pi over 6. I know the sine is 1/2. If I take 1/2 and I flip it, I'll get 2. 2 times 2 is 4. Next, I'm going to take the sine of pi. So the sine of pi is 0. However, if I flip 0, I'll get, over 0, which is bad. So we got undefined. 4 pi over 3, that was another kind of tricky one there. You got to take, 4 pi over 3 is, the sine is negative root 3 over 2. And if I flip that, I'll get negative 2 over root 3. Make sure I multiply that by 2. I'll get negative 4 over root 3. So that's going to go, hold on, what'd I do? Oh, okay, times root 3 over root 3. So I get negative 4 root 3 over 3. Okay, yeah. Sorry, I was having like a little brain fart there. All right, so I get negative 4 root 3 over 3. Okay, and then the last one, 2 pi. So the sine of 2 pi is 0, and if I flip that, I'll get undefined. So I know that one's undefined. Okay, so now we're going to graph all those. Now remember, these are polar coordinates. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to start with my theta here. So I got pi over 4. So I know pi over 4 is about right here. So I'm going to draw my little line. And we got positive 2 root 2. Positive 2 root 2 is, let's see, if you put it in your calculator, you get about, let's see what we get. You get about 2.8. So if you want to go maybe 1, 2, and then just put it like right there, that'll be your first point. My next point is pi over 2 and then 2. So this is obviously pi over 2. This line here, and then you're going to go up 2, so 1, 2, that'll be your point. 5 pi over 6 is going to be over here, so you're going to go over here, and then you're going to go to 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4, put a point. Pi is undefined, so we're not going to do anything there, and this one's undefined too. Negative 4 root 3 over 3, if you just want to check out what that is real quick, negative 4, let's see, root 3 divided by 3, it's about negative 2.3. So I know I'm going to go to, that's going to be about negative 2.3. Okay, so 4 pi over 3 is down here. But notice we have a negative. So remember, the negative's not on this portion, it's on the other side, because we're talking about negative. So it wouldn't be over here 2, it'd be this way 2. So 1, 2, 0.3, be about right there. So we got 0.1, 2, 3, and 4. We got 4 points because these two were undefined. So that's how you do number 6. And the other one I wanted to show you was, on the other video I showed you how to do these, so I don't really think, okay, I'll show you this one. So number 10 is the other one I'll show you. So we got negative 3 and we got 17 pi over 10. So I just wanted to give you one of these because 17 pi over 10 is not on the unit circle. So if I were you, what I would do, because before when it was, when it was like 63, let's say that's not on the unit circle, obviously you can go find where that would be, but it's kind of harder with radians. So what I would do is I would turn that into degrees. So I'd do 7 pi over 10 times 180 over pi and get my degrees. If you do that, you end up getting 306 degrees. So I'm just going to change this to negative 5, 306. So it turns out that 306 degrees is about somewhere down here, right? And then you might want to write your other line because we're talking about a negative 3. So 306 and then negative 3, that's your 306 degrees. So this is your terminal side. And then you would want to go 1, 2, 3 this way. So that would be the point. So I just want to show you an example of one where they don't give it to you, give you one that's on the unit circle. Okay, the assignment for today is going to be, it's number 5 through 13 odd, and that is on page 492 in the book. Okay.